Congratulations, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being here despite fears of snow. Congratulations, scholarship recipients, on all your success. And συγχαρητήρια στους γονείς, τις γιαγιάδες, τους παππούδες για τις επιτυχίες των παιδιών σας, because τις επιτυχίες δεν γίνονται χωρίς τη βοήθεια από τις οικογένειες, right? So families are just as much to thank as for their children's success as the children alone. I would not be able to be standing here today if I didn't acknowledge my wonderful committee, so I want to take a moment to thank President of the Castorian Society of Ommonia, Mr. Υόρκη, and my committee members that are here in front of me. I'm not going to announce each name because my goal really is to try to get out in an hour and a half. Okay? I did want to point out a couple of different things that we did this year. Everyone should have had a packet with all of the students' pictures and bios, and I apologize, we did not do this for the parochial students, and we will do that next year, so I apologize for that. But you will see what our children, the success of our children, so I want to thank Naomi Conklin for taking that on. Thank you very much. You will also find that we have a couple of recipients that are not here with us today, and we're going to close with some video that they've sent us thanking the organization. So that is, that kind of wraps up what I wanted to say. For those of you who don't know what the award is about, it is a merit scholarship. It is a merit award. These recipients demonstrated that they have GPAs, right, averages of 3.0 or higher. They've been evaluated on their essays, which are something about Kastoria or their history as a Kastorian, and their use of service in their lives. And we want to see service. We want to see more service because this society has been founded on philanthropy, right? It's a philanthropic society as much as a social society. And so we want to make sure that we honor the service that our students engage in. All right, you do need to be of Castorian descent, so this is a heritage award, except for our parochial school students who we recognize every year. And that's it. At this time, I'd like to welcome our president, Mr. Υόρκη.
Thank you so much. I was being told that μου είπα να μιλήσω στα ελληνικά. Οπότε και πρόεδρος να είσαι, πρέπει να ακούσεις αυτή η chairman της Εκδήλωσης. Λοιπόν, χαίρομαι πάρα πολύ που ήρθατε. Χρόνια πολλά, καλή χρονιά σε όλους σας. Ακούσα από εσάς σας έχω δει. Συγχαρητήρια στα παιδιά για τις επιτυχίες σας. Σας ευχόμαστε κάθε επιτυχία. Θέλω να ευχαριστήσω ιδιαίτερα την κυρία Ντάκτρο Πίνου για τις προσπάθειες που έχει κάνει καθώς και τα μέλη της Επιτροπής. Θέλω να ξέρετε ότι φέτος το Διοικητικό Συμβούλιο αποφάσισε να δημιουργήσει 2 θέσεις καλοκαιρινής δουλειάς το καλοκαίρι για τα παιδιά αυτά. Το λεγόμενο Summer Internships, το οποίο θα είναι με επιπληρωμή. Είναι πάρα πολύ σημαντικό τα παιδιά αυτά να αποκτήσουν κάποια εμπειρία όταν τελειώνουν το σχολείο και όταν έχουν να το βάλουν στο βιογραφικό σημείωμα, κάτι το οποίο εγώ δεν μπορούσα να το κάνω όταν πήγα στο σχολείο. Λοιπόν, βλέποντας αυτό, θέλουμε να το δημιουργήσουμε εδώ πέρα. Οπότε ζήτησα από την Επιτροπή Υποτροφιών τον επόμενο μήνα να βγάλουν τα κριτήρια και να αρχίσει η διαφήμιση για τα παιδιά του Συλλόγου, ώστε να δημιουργήσουμε 2 θέσεις εργασίας. Μπορεί να είναι πάνω στο social media, το οποίο δεν έχουμε πάρα πολύ exposure, μπορεί να είναι πάνω σε IT Information Technology, μπορεί να είναι Office Assistance και όλα αυτά. Αλλά πάμε εκεί, θέλουμε να βοηθήσουμε τα παιδιά μας και ελπίζουμε, αγαπητά μας παιδιά, το πρόβλημα που έχει ο Σύλλογος ότι δίνουμε τόσο πολλές υποτροφίες. Φέτος θα δώσουμε γύρω στους $50.000, να ξέρετε. Αλλά το πρόβλημα το οποίο έχουμε δυστυχώς μετά τα χρόνια, τα παιδιά αυτά δεν γυρίζουν πίσω στο Σύλλογο. Κάτι πρέπει να κάνουμε και τα προηγούμενα διοικητικά συμβούλια προσπάθησαν να κάνουν αγώνες. Θέλουμε να γυρίσετε πίσω στο Σύλλογο. Σας χρειαζόμαστε. Η μετανάστευση από Ελλάδα έχει σταματήσει πλέον. Θέλουμε τα νέα τα παιδιά να θέτετε κάποια στιγμή στη θέση μας, να αναλάβετε τις θέσεις είτε της Επιτροπής των Υποτροφιών είτε και στο Διοικητικό Συμβούλιο. Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ και σας εύχομαι κάθε επιτυχία.
Thank you, Mr. President, for that wonderful introduction, and I'll be looking forward to working with the committee on developing those criteria for the internships, for paid internships. I also want to take a moment and welcome our past president, Mr. Vasilis Zisis. Mrs. Artemistoskos, who's here. Okay, and I would like to invite Mrs. Kalapoutis up to please speak on behalf of
Εμένα πάλι με είπα να τα πω αγγλικά, αν και μ' αρέσουν καλύτερα τα αγγλικά. Mr. Dimos Yorki, President Ομόνιας, Dr. Theodora Pinu, Chair Scholarship Committee, members, parents, and of course, scholarship recipients. Welcome to the 56th Annual Scholarship Award 2019. This gathering is an outstanding event for all of us, as we honor our youth and the efforts to connect with the Castorian heritage. To the young people about to receive this award, I say thank you for taking the time to think about what it means to be part of the Castorian community. As obvious as that connect might be to my generation, it may seem less obvious to yours. I believe that all of you are not doubt smarter than me, more capable than me academically, and have more opportunities in life than I have. The only value I could add to the wonderful journey that is before you is to suggest that you keep connected to the Castorian roots. For now, this connection might not be very important, but I can assure you that there will be a time in your life where your roots will serve you well. They will provide you strength, depth, and a community support network if any of you decide to choose to come back to the community. By taking the time to write the essay, you have all made the first necessary step. I pray it was rewarding for all of you, and I hope you continue to use your wisdom in a way that brings you back to your pastoral community. I promise you that if you do, you will be not regretted. On behalf of the entire Philoptochos, I congratulate you and I wish you every success.
Thank you, Mrs. Galapoutis. And I have to say for the young ladies that one of the strongest group of women I've ever known is the Castorian Ladies Philoptochos, because they are dynamo, and thank you very much for the wonderful work that you do and the organization. Okay, so I'm going to deviate because I think as chairman I'm entitled to do something that I did not get approval from the board, sorry board, but my job would not be as easy as it is without the help of Nikki. So Nikki, please come and please come. It's on behalf of the committee. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's move on to business. What I'd like to do now is to invite our keynote speaker and guest, Dr. Zimas. Dr. Zimas got his undergraduate degree at Cornell University. He went on to Albert Einstein School of Medicine. He did a medical residency at NYU and a gastroenterology fellowship at NYU. He has published numerous articles and book chapters on his specialty, which, let's see if I can pronounce it correctly, pancreatico-biliary endoscopy. Okay, so for those of us that need to know what's going on with our pancreas and those parts of us that we can't see, we can ask Dr. Zimas later over coffee. So please join me in welcoming our guest speaker today.
So everyone can hear me. Thank you, esteemed members of the Scholarship Committee, and thank you for allowing me to speak today. It is truly an honor, and congratulations to all of you. It's really an impressive group of people to my right and your left. So I actually have the privilege of being to tell everyone I meet that I am 100% Casturian. My parents, my dad George, right there, and my mom, Yania, are from a village called Vispillo, which if you look on these maps, kind of like right here. That's right. So from this video, I can see the entire city. It's the most beautiful view you can ever wake up to. And I'm sure all of you get this, whenever I meet someone and they see my name that says Dimitrios Zimas, they can't pronounce it. They go, oh, you must be Greek. What diner do you own? And, sometimes I lie and just to go with it, I say, oh, I own Celebrity Diner and whatever the conversation goes. Or I get the, oh, I've been to the islands, I've been to Mykonos, it's so beautiful. I get offended and I say, actually, I'm from Kasturiyeon, one of the most beautiful cities in the entire world. And I'm really proud of where all of our roots come from. And then they go, well, what's Kasturiyeon? And I go, it's like Astoria with a K. And then they find it. And I can reminisce and talk about Greece and talk about my childhood, spending all summer with my yaya in Greece, hanging out at the Psaradika with my dad, with all the old Greek men. But that's not really the point of today. The point of today is about you guys and your success, and honestly the success of your families raising such wonderful children. And the point of today really for me is to celebrate how from this tiny city in northern Greece, or tiny province, where nobody knows unless you tell them where you're from, our mothers and fathers, grandparents and great-grandparents came here with nothing but a hard work ethic, and now have created generations of educated Greek Americans. And for me personally, I never would have become what I am without several members of the society helping me out and networking, so I can actually become what I am today. And again, today we celebrate not only what you guys have all achieved, but how a network of young, smart, and talented individuals can help each other the way everyone helped me in my life. As Hillary Clinton said, it truly takes a village to raise a child. And for me, my village growing up was the Casturian Society, spread around New York City, Long Island, Jersey, and Connecticut. And specifically, Mitzi Papazoglou, who recently passed away, really helped me in my application going to college. And I don't think I ever would have made it to college without her help. And through the Casturian Society, I also met Dr. Zias, a very famous cardiothoracic surgeon at NYU, and is actually one of my colleagues. Without spending the summer with him, I never would have been, what I am today. And that's why the society is so important to me, and why it has had such a positive effect on me. It's the networking and mentoring I've received from everyone that I truly value. And for you guys, we've said this before earlier, it's very easy in this digital age to forget your roots and where you come from. But I really want you to be proud to say that you have Casturian heritage. And use today as an opportunity to meet people who share common ancestry with you, network, exchange numbers, and aim to help each other. So now I'm going to attempt to say some of this in Greek. Please, excuse my bad pronunciation and accents. I used to speak Greek a lot better. Καλησπέρα κυρίες και κύριοι. Θέλω να ευχαριστήσω για την πρόσκληση μου να μιλήσω. Είμαι πολύ περήφανος ότι είμαι Καστοριανός και πάντα λέω σε όλους ότι η Καστοριά είναι από τα πιο όμορφα μέρη του κόσμου. Σήμερα γιορτάζουμε πως από μια μικρή βόρεια πόλη στην Ελλάδα οι μητέρες πατέρες και οι παππούδες μας ήρθαν σε αυτή τη χώρα με μόνο ηθικής κληρίας και τώρα έχουν δημιουργήσει γέννης μορφωμένων Ελληνοαμερικανών. Για μένα ήταν σημαντική ο Σύλλογος γιατί οι άνθρωποι με βοήθησαν να απευθυνθώ στο κολέγιο και μπόρεσα να με εισηγαγεί τον Dr. Zias, ένας χειρουργός στο Ομόνοια. Θα ήθελα να συγχαρώ όλους τους μαθητές για τα βραβεία τους σήμερα και να τους ευχηθώ καλή τύχη.
So I'd like all of my committee members to please rise as we honor Dr. Zimas with a plaque for his services and thank him for honoring us by remembering that we value Greek and English and hard work.
Your mother.
Start on the side.
She's home with the baby.
I would like to invite Nέas Υόρκης to read the selected essay. Nέas Υόρκης is going to Montclair State University. She's studying voice and music education with concentration in opera. Ελπίζω σύντομα να δούμε μια άλλη Μαρία Κάλλας.
Θα ήθελα να ευχαριστήσω θερμά τον Σύλλογο Καστοριέων, Νέας Υόρκης, για την τιμή που μου κάνει και τη βοήθεια που μου προσφέρει για τις σπουδές μου. I would like to thank deeply the Society of Castorians Ommonia, New York, for the honor and help that they provide me to continue my studies. And as suggested by the Society, I would love to share with you my essay and return back to the Society. The creation of a society serves the purpose of connecting individuals with common characteristics and interests for a larger goal. The larger goal refers to the sense of belonging, a characteristic of affiliation particularly found in the Society of Castorians. That common attribute that Greeks for Kastoria share is our Greek identity that bonds us in a foreign land from far away from our hometown. In our efforts to sustain such a community and expand it from generation to generation, our cultural traditions, ethics, and values should be taught to our younger members so that they can pass them along to the following generation. Every member of this cultural society, regardless of age, is a distinctive leader who can attribute his or her unique qualities, talents, and intellectual ideas for the growth of the Ommonia. Reflecting on the current situation in Greece, the crisis isn't only economic, but it's also social and cultural in regards to the arts. It is our shared responsibility to selflessly distribute volunteer work and education to the members of the society. Education has always been one of the most immense priorities, and that's the reason why I pursued a degree in the US in opera and music education. As a future educator specialized in music, I will attribute by teaching music to the younger members of the society. Not only it is a fun activity to keep the children engaged by singing Greek traditional songs, but it's a way of uniting and strengthening the levels of the community. Children will learn how to sing, how to play the piano, the guitar, and the beginning levels of violin, viola, and saxophone. The arts were always a main characteristic of the ancient Greek culture, and music in particular aimed for cultivation of the soul, the personality, and the characteristics like discipline, kindness, and critical thinking. All those attributes are not only essential for the cultural continuation of society, but they can also serve as cultural reminders of our Greek identity. I'd be honored to teach music framed in our Greek socio-cultural terms. It could be offered after school, at weekends, or in the summer. Music is a form of art that is embodied, and it will be incomplete without physical movement. I enjoy dancing, particularly ballet, which was granted to me at a very young age. Especially for children, I would incorporate dancing and movement so that this musical experience becomes somatic and ingrained. In order to secure the continuation and success of the society in the next decades, we need to focus on the children who strongly link them to Greek culture interaction. As part of the society, I could help create an after-school tutoring program while children could learn Greek language, Greek literature, such as ancient epics of Homer and the modern masterpieces of Gaddafi, to implement knowledge, love, and appreciation for our history. Studying and listening to the central elements of our culture, children will identify with the traditions, custom idiosyncrasies, and embrace the feeling of patriotism. This after-school program can also serve as a daycare to support parents, which in the long run will be a great use for me as a teacher educator. Additionally, the program could take the form of a summer camp, where the youth could interpret and perform a Greek theatrical play, and in the context lay the foundations of Greek ideology. This program can deepen relationships among children, but most importantly, it can lead to further growth of the Greek society, which will otherwise lack without the ownership displayed by our culture's youth. Being a residential assistant in the residential college of Montclair State University has taught me many important community values. We are required to create a positive learning atmosphere where students can attain self-realization and embrace their cultural identity. Through this leadership experience, I gained knowledge on how to bring a community together. That includes hosting events and supporting members emotionally on the transitioning stages of life. Likewise, I could do the same for the Castorian Society by supporting the younger members in their growth. Particularly, this can be accomplished by organizing fun activities and playing activities in general. Children can benefit through play because it is a form of active learning which will support them along their school experience. In order to include other ages, I could assist the Society's efforts to organize the yearly events as well as incorporating new ideas. For instance, we could have an informative event called the Castorians Apply to College, where we would give information about the application process and life on campus. I could review essays and prepare the youth in the transition to college. And as a final point, I could raise awareness about the Castorian Society and ways to attract more members by creating a page newsletter. I can update frequently and provide publicity for upcoming events. Also, as the Vice President of Hellenic Organization at Montclair State University, I could encourage peers to get involved in the society by volunteering in events such as the yearly picnic, food drives, the parade, and dances. All those visions can come together by enhancing the strong cultural bonds that unite us. As a community, we are all responsible for each other. That refers to our individuality, but also our growth as a whole. Zarina Patel, a well-known writer and race relation activist, once said, "Each of us seeks to know our personal identity, where and how we fit into the scheme of things so that we can make sense of our lives and plan for the future." That's the vision of the Castorian Society, to form and maintain an ethnic community with a larger society. Considering that purpose, my vision centralizes on movements, events of involvement that will encourage and reinvigorate our Greek identity. This idea emphatically appeals to cultural inclusion that is the rhythm of our multicultural culture.
Just to be clear, so that everyone understands, right? This was selected by the essay evaluators as the best essay of all of the applications. Okay, and that's why. Just to make that clear. All right. That was wonderful. Very, very nice job. Lots of great ideas that we will expect you to deliver on. Okay, so If people could please put their phones on silence, that would be great, because we are now going to enter the portion of the ceremony where we award the students their awards. In an effort to expedite the event, I am going to ask my colleagues on the far side to hand these out as I read the names. And we're going to begin with the parochial school recipients. So what I'm going to have you do is, as I call your name, you can come up and take your award, and then there'll be a photo moment for the parents. If you would like to say something, Naomi, if you could just turn on that microphone, you can hand it to them. If they would rather not say something, that's fine, but they may want to. Okay? And then quickly have a seat so we can move on. Okay. So, I'm going to call them and I hope they're in the same order. Naomi.
Victoria?
Yes. Victoria Kirak, I'm sorry if I get your name say wrong, from the Parochial School of Holy Cross.
Thank you.
Alexandra Dobrovinov. Where's our microphone? Okay. Crystalia Basvatis. Yes.
Your words? Excuse me. Oh, sorry. That's okay. It's okay.
All right. Yorenzi Moreno from Fantis Parochial School.
Say a few words.
Okay, Fantis is doing their job. Sophia can you, how do you say that? Verwert? Verwert. Okay, Sophia Verwert from Williamsburg. Would you like to say something?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Okay, we want to remind everyone that public speaking is an important part of going to school and being successful. So we are offering that opportunity for our recipients to say a few words. Okay, moving on. Okay, we're going to start calling the names. All right, well, it seems to me that they may not be in the same order here, so let's start this. Amfoula Nikolaidis. That's okay, we want to make sure we move on.
Okay, I'd just like to thank the Kastorian Society and everyone here today for all your support. Thank you.
Aphrodite Megaris. And Aphrodite also gets an award, a service award for the society. Thank you very much. Her parents, I know her mother's on the committee with me. Everyone should have been in the... Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you very much to the society for all the years of support. Και υποστήριξη και για την υποτροφή.
Okay. Nikolaos Ziosis.
Okay, so as I continue with my mission with my career, I very much like to thank the Kastorian Society for the opportunity they've given me here.
John Melizanis.
I'd just like to say thank you to the whole Kastorian Society. I'd also like to say thank you to my grandparents, my parents for obviously coming over to America and giving me the opportunity to have a great education in the United States. So thank you for everything.
Alexandra Vasiliou. Your dad's here. Come on up. Alexandra also gets a service award.
I'm very grateful to be from Kasturian, and I want to thank the society for this amazing opportunity and for the future as well.
Silvias. Would you like to say something? You said quite a bit.
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για την υποστήριξη. Thank you all, my family. And as I said before, I would love to return back to the community.
Thank you. George Politidis. George Politidis also is a recipient of a service award.
Like to say thank you to the Kasturian Society and to my parents who show me what active Kasturian members should be.
And we thank you for
Okay, moving right along. Erica Papayanopoulos. And your family? And would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for this award. I'm very grateful to be a part of this society.
Okay, Mr. George Toskos. Okay, that's all right. That's okay. That's okay.
On behalf of George, I just want to say thank you. He couldn't be here. He's up in Albany. He's already got to get up early and prepare for the spring semester.
Thank you. Michael Saras. Would you like to say a few words?
I want to say thank you to society, and I owe this award to my papu, Panayoti Simenudis, who passed away a year ago.
Okay, Susana Papastamatis. today. Congratulations. Okay, at this moment, can we call Alexandra Rizopoulos?
I am very appreciative to the society for this award, and I want to thank my dad for showing me what it means to be a Castorian.
Thank you. Good luck. Achilles is also the recipient of a service award.
I'd like to say thank you to the Castorian Society for being a pillar in my life and the community. And I'd like to thank my family for constantly supporting me and showing me how to be a good man.
All right. Isabella De Feliz.
Yeah, thank you to the society for awarding me the scholarship, and thank you to my papas for encouraging me to do this.
Thank you.
Go back. Okay, and Catherine Saltos. I just want to say thank you to my family for introducing me to the community and providing me the opportunity to fall in love with this place and everyone that I've met. So, yeah, thank you. Okay, so just so that everyone knows, the brochure that everyone got with everybody's bios, what we're going to try to do is maybe upload that onto our website, okay? And for those students that could not make it, we also have some messages from them. So I'd like to start with Theodota Kondopoulos. Can her family please come up to receive her award? I want to okay, so I just want to say that Theodota is also the recipient of the Alexandra Portis Devatsis Memorial Scholarship. And we received her letter. Her letter has gone on to the donor's family, so thank you very much. And we would also like to play a message from Phil Bota. With sound. Sound?
Yep. No, the song's from there.
No matter how prepared you are.
There. Wait for the sound.
Where I attended the William Sparopoulos Greek American Day School in Flushing and the Bronx High School of Science. I am currently a senior at Duke University studying neuroscience and global health. Throughout my education, I've developed a passion for the sciences. I am currently pursuing a career in biomedical research that also involves healthcare delivery. After graduation, I plan to start working before I apply to graduate school in the future. Unfortunately, I cannot make it today, as my semester in Durham has already started. But I wanted to extend my gratitude to the Scholarship Committee and my congratulations to the other recipients and their families. Thank you. Que calibrado.
Okay, I'd like to now announce Heather Tostos and call up Heather Tostos' family. Yaya, Dad. And we have a message from Heather.
Hi, my name is Heather Toscos, and I'm a third-year medical student at Drexel in Philadelphia. I would like to thank the Society of the Casturians Ommonia for giving me this wonderful scholarship. The funds will of course go towards helping pay for my tuition, which is helping me become the physician I will be someday. And I hope that when I do graduate next year, I will be able to go back and serve my community, especially the Greek community in New York. I would like to thank my parents, and especially my grandmother, Artemis Toscos, for all their love and support. And finally, I apologize for not being able to attend the ceremony in person, but I have been working day in and day out delivering babies. And also, congrats to all the other scholarship recipients, including my brother George Toscos.
Okay, now we have a message from Catherine Policroni, who cannot be with us today. Her family here to receive her award. Okay, but we have the message.
Hi, I'm Catherine Policroni. I'm a graduate student at Northeastern University. I would like to thank the Society of Casturians for the generous scholarship. I'll be using it towards my tuition as I complete my nurse anesthesia program.
Okay, and our final recipient is Joseph Kimon Fayette. Do we have his family here today?
Yes.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Yassas, my name is Joseph Felle, and I'm a sophomore at Boston College in Massachusetts.
I'm sorry I couldn't come tonight, as my spring semester began on the 16th over in Chestnut Hill. Nonetheless, I'm very grateful for all the support from the Society all these years, and will be using the scholarship to help pay for my room and board. I'm a computer science and economics double major, hoping to use technology to leave the world a better place than when I found it. Whether it's in my community, or maybe the world on a larger scale, much like the Castorian community does. My work at a social media startup called Autro last summer revealed to me how important it is to give a voice to the voiceless, and I aim to do the same too once I graduate. My yaya, Papu, Mom, and the Society of Kasturians have done so much for me, and I study to one day return the favor. Thank you very much for all your kindness and generosity, and Konya Bola.
Okay, so I know that this year's a little different than what people remember, but I wanted to make it more about the kids and a little less about the adults, right? So I want to congratulate the children, the students, the award recipients, the donors, right? Thank you very much. Okay, we're not done. We're not done. At this point, I'd like to invite my colleague and co-chair of the scholarship committee, Sakis Rizopoulos, to give the closing remarks.
I'm going to make my speech in English with a slight fake Castorian accent. It's a fake one. So, dear Castorians, what a beautiful award ceremony we had today. It's been great. Dear Mr. President, board members, honorary past presidents, benefactors and donors, keynote speaker Dr. Jimas, members of the scholarship committee, parents and members of our Síλλογο, thank you for participating in our 56th scholarship award ceremony. I'm the co-chairman of the committee, and I would like to extend a great thank to the committee members, and especially to the essay examiners for reading all those essays and coming up with the hard work. And also, we're all volunteers, and we try to make it as good as possible this award ceremony. Before we started the ceremony, I spent about an hour and a half upstairs with the recipients, and I want to congratulate you for specifically maintaining those high grades so you can get this merit award. I know when I was back in college, it was not easy. So I know that it requires a lot of hard work, excellent time management, and staying focused on achieving your goals. The Castorians are famous for their hard work, excelling at their profession, and keeping the tradition and strong family values anywhere in Castoria, anywhere they live, in New York or all over the world. Behind me is a picture of our city. You guys can see it? This picture, I believe, is taken from a place, a mountain that we call Salida. And when I was back in high school, four of my friends and myself, we decided one day to explore and go up there. So, and of course, one of my friends is right here somewhere. So we ended up going up there. It was a nice warm day, but as we go up the mountain, it got very cold, but we finally made it. So when we got up there, we looked at this beautiful nature, this beautiful picture, and it was, you get a tranquil and peaceful feeling, and it is almost saying that the world is mine, because you see Castoria, and you turn around and you see Macedonia, which is part of Castoria. And that when you go next time when you go to Castoria, I would suggest to go up there And you will always notice that mountain. It looks like a face. The nature, the weathering, carve it that way. So there is a nose and a mouth, and that's the face of Alexander the Great. And yes, next time when you go see, you're going to see the resemblance. It's a beautiful thing. So I was there with my friends, and we took pictures. And now we go many years back, so it wasn't the instant picture that you take. So we take pictures and we argue, so this is going to be a better picture. Finally, we finish the film, we go to photo trolleys to develop the pictures. It took about a week, and guess what? 80% of those pictures don't want any good to show around. But when you go up there, please take a selfie. You'll be good with that, and you'll see the face and you'll see that beautiful place behind you. But what is important is that as you leave the mountain and you go down towards Kastοριεων, you pass from a place that is called Καλυθέα, right, Panos? And Καλυθέα, it means beautiful view. So the people that they live there, every day they wake up and they see this. So you keep going down and you walk through the uphills, the downhills, the narrow streets of Καστοριεων. You see all those beautiful old buildings, you see all those beautiful churches from the 11th century, and you go up to the Υποτροφίες, you go down by the lake, and you talk to people, right? You talk to the Kastοριans. And every time that you talk to somebody, you sense that warmth and that generosity that the Kastοριans have. It was about over a century ago, 108 years, that there were some Kastοριans came to this country and they formed this Σύλλογο just to have a home away from home. And they were very generous, and through all those generations that we had, and I believe you guys are going to be the fourth generation that will be members, and we keep emphasizing that you have to come back and help get that Σύλλογο, maintain the greatness of that Σύλλογο. Now, why I mentioned this, because I know that next time that you have a lot of finals, or later on, if you're looking for a job, it gets a little stressful, right? So what I want you to do is close your eyes and picture that view over there. I've done it sometimes in my life, and it helps me. Because then you take that warm feeling, that generosity of the Kastοριans, and you can overcome any problem. Now, the only difference is that when I close my eyes and I see this picture in full color, because I've been there and I've seen it. So I spent a little time with the kids upstairs, and I noticed that parents, you should be very proud of the work that you've done and what their kids achieved. And I'm very proud of my child. And also, if we take a look at them, just look at them. They're not only smart, but look at how beautiful they are. Aren't they beautiful? I want to thank you for participating today. Congratulations, Singatiria, bravo σας. And let's enjoy some cookies and coffee and some nice conversation. Thank you.
On behalf of the scholarship committee, we would like to honor our chairman, lady, Dora, and this beautiful back to you. Thank you so much for all your work. Thank you, Τσάκα όλη η Επιτροπή.
So many new traditions this year. I like them.
No, come. Ζαχαρία, έλα στην έλα, one more time.
Congratulations.
Συγχαρητήρια σε όλους.